Okay, so this is part two to creating a territory from start to finish and importing it to NWS app. So we left off on the last video having all this information for B6. That's where we're working with B6 right here. So we got our notes in, we got our do not calls right here, and we got our link to the Google Maps. Then we got our county. We're going to go over here, look at our map, it's still there. So now we want to get one last thing, and that's link to. So what we use link to for is for the list of addresses for this territory. So we have to get that list of addresses, make it look nice, put a link for it right here, and then the friends will have access to that so they can work hybrid territories. That way they can use the map doing door to door, and at the same time do letter writing and phone witnessing with this list of addresses that we're going to put right here. So first we're going to go to territory helper, get our territory ready so we can know what we're working with, our boundaries and all that, street names and all the good stuff. Then we're going to open a new tab and go to AtoZ territory. So here's the link. If you want to write it in, I already have it bookmarked, but here's the link right there. So we're going to go down. This is a free website, and it's going to go, we're going to click right here where it says AtoZ databases. I'm going to click that, let it load up, and this is going to pop up right here. So it's free if you have a library card number. So we're going to go ahead and put the library card number in. You can use your own or you can use this library card number. Okay, so we put our library card number in. So we click login. Then we're going to go on this area right here where it says find a person. We're going to click advanced search. Then we're going to go over and click map based search. We're going to have the whole map of the United States. So to zoom in and out, you have to hold control. As you can see, it says right here. So use control to zoom the map. So click control, hold control on your keyboard, and then scroll in and out with your mouse. If you got a laptop or if you don't have a mouse, you could just use this right here. So now we got to find where our territory is in this big map. So to do that, we're going to use what we already learned, the edit feature. Click the house, zoom in. So we find a house. Here goes a house number, or we could change it again like we did last time. We could go to satellite, click Bing. There's that house. I'm gonna leave it in the other format. So we're gonna zoom in. Here's a house. Click it right there. And we got an address, right? So we're gonna click it right before that dash, highlight that, and then copy it. Copy. We're gonna go back to the other tab and paste it right here. And then we're gonna click enter or click right here where it says click to zoom. So here's that crossroad we talked about last time. So it took us right to that territory. So now we just got to fine tune it and trace out our territory. So let's look back just so we know what we have to do, our boundaries. Cancel and change the format. Okay, so we're going to back out a little bit. And the way I zoom in and out right here is just with scrolling on the mouse. So you could do it with that, or you could just use these features right here. So our boundary over here is Hamilton Road. You can see that right here. Then we got Covington and Eggman. We passed that all the way to Homestead. I'm gonna minimize this so we got more space right here. Okay. So it's good to start at a corner, so then you just follow the whole shape around on the other website. So we're gonna start on Hamilton and Covington. So right here, you can see Hamilton and Covington. I'm gonna zoom in. We can see these houses. That's what we want to get into our boundaries, right? And you can also change the way you see the map, you can click satellite and you can see the actual houses. That way you can zoom in and say, pretend there's a house and you don't know if it's on this street or that street. You can zoom in and for sure pinpoint the location. So we're gonna go over here and click draw shape. Then this little cross is gonna pop up as a mouse and it's gonna let you draw a shape. So you're gonna click it right one time and see it where it says single click on the map to place points. So we're gonna go ahead and put our first point right there. We're gonna go all the way over here and put another point. And we're just gonna, to move the map, you just hold it and then move. So you click and move the map. So now we move it, then we're gonna click and let it go. So here's Eggman, so we're gonna click and let it go. And then we're gonna click and hold and drag the map over. So was it at Homestead or was it farther? Pretend we forget, we just go back. And yes, it's right there at Homestead. You can zoom in to see Homestead. So that's going to be our next boundary. So we're going to go, we can zoom in if we want, put it right on this corner for Homestead. We're going to keep going, click release, and then click and drag. Homestead Hills Drive, click and release, and then we're going to go back to see how far we got to go. Here's Homestead Hills Drive. We're going to keep going down, see how far we got to go. We got to go till we get to Aboit Center Road. Okay, so we're gonna just go down, put a point here just so we have a point. Because sometimes these streets are not straight, so we can put points as we keep going throughout the map. Another point. Remember, a point is click and release, and then you can click and drag to move. So here's Aboit. We're gonna put our point for our corner right here. So now for Aboit, let's double check and make sure we're getting everything we're supposed to get. We can click the map and then we can click print, or we can click properties to see the notes. Scroll down and it says work inside only of Covington, Homestead, Aboit, and West Hamilton. So that's good. That's what we're doing. We're keeping all that in. Everything else is work both sides. So cool. Nothing special there, so we're doing good. So we're just gonna keep going down on Aboit. Another point, click and drag, drop a point, click and drag. Let's see how far we gotta go. We gotta go all the way till we get to this Hamilton right here. So cool. We'll keep going till we get to Hamilton. Click, go, drop a point. Drop a point, and you can always zoom out to see your progress. So that we're still dropping points, so don't double click on accident because that'll ruin your shape. You're gonna have to start over. So just hold Control, scroll out, click and drag, and you can see our territory being made. And that's the shape we're gonna have, just like our territory over here. So this is gonna be a little curve right here, so we might have to drop a few points. So let's keep working on it and let's keep going down this street, which is gonna be Hamilton right here. We just gotta follow this curve. So we can zoom back in. We're doing good. We're on track. Drop a point, drop a point, drop a point, click and drag, drop a point, drop a point, click and drag. You just follow the street right here. Drop points around the curve. Zoom out. Might be a stretch, so we could just drop a long point all the way over here, and then hold and drag. And then to finish it, you just go back to your first point. Right there, you see how the cursor changes from a cross to a finger? So you just hold that right there and you just click it one time. Boom. And now the count of addresses is 300 people or 300 addresses right here. So we're going to click OK. We're going to drag the map around, zoom out so we can see it. That's the shape. Perfect. Here's our count, 300. We're going to click Update Count. Okay. And once we click Update Count, then we can get out of this and press X. And our count is right here, 300. So we're going to click Search. Here's all our houses that we have. There's 12 pages, 300 results, but they're only putting 25 houses per page. So we're going to change that just so we're not scrolling through it all day. We're going to go to 100. So now we only got 3 pages, which is perfect. So we're going to select this, and it says 100 records selected. See 0 records, 100. Click the arrow right there. Select this right here to get all of them. So now we have 200. You always want to double check that count and make sure you're getting every house and you're not forgetting some. And then select it again. It should say 300 right there, 300. Okay, so we got 300. All of them are selected. Now what we're going to do is click download. So this territory is called B6, right? So we're going to just name it so we have a reference point to go back to as B6. We don't have to worry about making that name look nice because we're going to do something else with it. So then we're going to go to tab delimited right here. We're going to click that. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to click that. We're going to click Excel. We're going to click over here on custom, right? And we're going to click the information we want to keep for letter writing and all that stuff. So we're going to put first name, last name, physical address, physical city, physical state, physical zip, and then the phone number. So we want 7 items to be selected right there in that order as well. So then when we got all that selected, we got it named, everything selected here. We're going to click continue. And that's going to download all that data on the Excel right here on the bottom. So we're going to open that. And there it goes right here. So we're going to click enable editing. If it's not letting us edit, just click enable editing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we want to split these numbers from the street name. Now the reason we want to do that is because if we just go and put this in numerical order, it's going to mix up all the streets because it's just going off of the number. We want the streets to stay in one group and also stay in numerical order. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So to do that, we're going to go right here on D, right above physical city, right click and select insert. Okay. We're going to go ahead right here on the header on the top row right here. We're going to put insert a period. So just put 1 period. That's it. Okay. So you're going to select this entire row of C. Then you're going to hold control on your keyboard, hold it, and then at the same time as you're holding control, select and click physical address. Okay? So now we can see that physical address is not included in this information, which is fine. We don't want to include that. We're not trying to separate anything on physical address. We're trying to separate this data right here. So from here, we're going to go to data up here on the ribbon. And then we're going to go and click text to columns. Okay. Then this is going to pop up and we're going to select fixed width. Then we click next. Now these lines, this in this case only one line popped up, but that's where it's going to separate the information. Sometimes it could have a lot of lines like this. I'm just clicking one time. It could have a lot of lines. If you click finish, it'll separate all that exactly where those lines are at. We don't want that. So to get rid of these extra lines or get rid of a line that we don't want, we're going to click the line. We're going to double click it. Double click double click, double click, double click. Now we want to put the line right before the street name because we want to keep the numbers. And we don't want to put the line right here because it's only going to include 5 digits. There's some right here that might be longer. We don't know. So we're going to get rid of this one and put it right before the street name. Okay, so all the numbers will be separated from the street name. One line, we're going to click finish. So see, this is why we inserted this tab right here. So that information could have somewhere to go. Now we're going to click D, this right here with the black arrow. We're going to click that. And we're going to click A to Z so it can put all the information in alphabetical order and numerical order. The decimal is just so nothing else moves. So we're going to click A to Z. Let's say, what do you want to do? Expand the selection? Yes. We're going to click sort. Okay. So now we can see how everything on the boy is on one area, and we got all the numbers that go with a boy. And then the numbers start over, but with a different street. So here's Covington Manor Farms Road, and they're all grouped together. Covington Road is all grouped together. Okay, so here a mistake happened. Where we put the line, I guess, was not a good area. But I guess it's good that you get to see this in case this happens to you. So you see where we put the line? It separated the E. This is supposed to be Eggman Road. And then the W was not included for West Hamilton. So we have to redo this. It's all right. I'm going to show you. Look right here. The B, this was supposed to be Banyan Hill Court, and it split it. So if you did something and you just have to go back one time, just click Control on your keyboard and Z. Okay? So now it started all over again, right? We're going to go down and see what happened. So here, look, here's where it got all messed up. The line was too far in. So what we're going to do is click Control Z again so it can put all the information back. And I'm showing you this error so in case this happens to you, which maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, you know what to do. So click Control Z again. Okay, so now we're back 2 steps back. So now all this information is selected. We're going to go back to text columns. So this time we're going to go again to fixed width just like last time. Next, get rid of this line. But instead of putting it right up to the letters right here of the streets, we're going to put it up to the numbers. That looks safer. Okay? So we'll see how that looks. So it's instead of having it over here, we're going to have it right there. Let me get rid of this one. We're going to click finish. Okay? So let's go double check and make sure nothing looks crazy. So all the numbers are right here. No random letters from the street name. Yep, all looks good. Look, Eggman is back to normal. Yep, all looks good. The W is included in West Hamilton, okay? So we'll scroll back up. We'll select D, like last time, and we'll click A to Z to expand the selection, sort. Okay, perfect. So now everything is good, organized, and the friends can work the territories, letter writing and phone witnessing, but also door to door. And they can use the list as well because it's organized by street. They can literally work a street and have all the addresses here. If they're missing addresses, they can let us know. Okay? So once we have that nice and organized, all the information, how we want it, where we want it, and all that, we're going to open up the other file that looks nice for the friends. So we're going to go back to our territories app folder, and we're going to select right here, list Excel's format, and then we're going to go to telephone writing draft, I believe. Yep, telephone writing draft. Okay, so this has everything already nice color coordinated with the outlines of the cells and all that, and it's actually fits perfect on the page. We already measured it and everything, and it's set to print in landscape format. So we don't have to do anything else right here. So we're just gonna put this side by side, and we're gonna have it with B6. So what we're gonna do is go to right here where the first name's at. We're gonna go all the way down until it stops. So there's the last name, and then we're gonna scroll to the right, right here. There's nothing else if we keep going. So right there, have all that information. We're gonna right click, copy, and then we're gonna go to this one right here in the first cell, and then right click in there and push paste values with the V. And everything is good right there. Okay. But each list will have a different amount of addresses. Some might have 300, some might have 100. So we need to make sure that everything has the correct format. We're just going to scroll down and look right here. This is not included with this type of formatting. So we're going to have to fix that. Yep. So since it's already selected, pretend we selected out of it, right? Oops, we selected out of it. We'll just go here, highlight everything again, and all we're going to do is select 14, make it bigger, right? And then we're going to select this one right here, the one that's called bottom border or the border box, the drop down menu right there. And then we're going to click all borders. So see that black line for the borders, all of it is included now. And we just want to make sure everything's good. Just go through it real quick. Something I noticed right here is this is not all the way written out because the lettering is too big. So all it simply says is missing the D. That's it. So it's not a big deal. We could just leave it like that, or we could just select it and just reduce the size on that one. So we'll just go here and then click the little A, or we can drop it down and select 12. And now we can see that it fits in here. Okay. Keep scrolling up, make sure everything else is good. Everything looks good. So now we're going to go here, go to Save As. We're going to browse, and we're going to go to Territories App folder. We're going to make sure we're going to put it in the right folder. So that one's going to go to, well, at least in our case, it's going to go to the Excel right here, list Excel format. I'm going to change the name. It's going to be, when you get it, it'll say residential lists Excel format. Okay. So residential lists. Oh, we can't do it. Well, it'll say that when you guys are on here. So let's just select that folder. And remember, the territory we're working with is B6. So here we're going to put all caps list, and then we're going to name it B6, and then save. So now this is saved. We can exit out of this. We don't need this one no more because we already got everything we needed. So we don't need to save that. Now what we're going to do is open up our folder, go to Territories app. Let me see if I can change his name now. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we're going to go here to this folder again. And we're going to go to B6. Here it goes. This is the one we just created. If you doubt yourself, just open it up to check it. Yep, this is the one we were just working with. Everything looks good still. So go back to the file folder, and we're going to right click. We're going to go down at where it says Dropbox, and then we're going to click copy Dropbox link. As soon as you do that, it's copied. So now we're going to take that copied link. We're going to go back to Territory Helper. I accidentally closed it, but we'll go back here, open it back up. We're going to go to territories, and we're going to go down to B6. That's the one we were working with. This is the last step. So here we go. We're going to insert that link right there. So when the friends click this link, it'll take them to that file, B6. When they click this link, it'll take them to GPS, and everything else will be showing up on their app, the map, and all this good stuff. So that's it. If you got to send out any data, just click prepare and send and exit out of this. And that's how you make a territory using Territory Helper and the Territory NWS app.